Welcome back to the eSports Report. I am now joined by our StarCraft intern, Josiah Boyer, a.k.a. Young Esports, a.k.a. Seed Virium? Virium?
Virium, yeah.
Virium. I butchered his name. I butcher everyone's name. That's what I do here. Now, Josiah, you're actually going to Atlanta this weekend. You're going to compete in Redbull Battlegrounds. What are you like most excited for? Like, is this your...
I mean, the thing I'm most excited for is just being able to play, like, really, like, top-level players, and I've never been to a LAN before, so it's going to be pretty exciting, pretty different.
This is going to be your first ever, like, big LAN or, like, LAN period?
LAN period.
You've never been to a New York LAN or a Connecticut LAN or anything like that?
No.
Wow. Okay, well, that's a jarring experience because I've been to Redbull Battlegrounds, and they are massive events with just, you know, crazy lights, crazy stage. I mean, it's just like an MLG, but they do it in more of like they do it in like concert halls and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a different vibe, where MLGs are like kind of like a big convention center typically. But it's really cool. So, who are you most excited to play against? Now, I'm sure you've got to have like a goal to beat someone, right?
Yeah, I kind of want to play against Violet because I think I can beat him. PVZ is my best matchup. I definitely think I could beat Violet.
You're a Protoss player. Do you think Protoss is broken right now? A lot of people are crying that Protoss is too easy to play or too broken.
I think Protoss is broken in some ways. Like, force fields are definitely like a broken mechanic, but there's not much that Blizzard can do to fix it, and I wouldn't say it's easier to play any of the races. Maybe at the lower levels, but definitely not like high Grandmaster or like Codas.
Huh. Okay, cool. Now, let's look at this list. Now, you said you want Violet. Are you worried about anyone?
Maybe Polt, Bomber.
Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence.
You're afraid of Terrence. Okay, because this is kind of like the notable players list I found on Wikipedia. And, you know, Tudming is a top Chinese player. I'm correct in saying that, right?
Yeah, he is.
He's very, very good. There's a lot of North American players. We got a few Koreans. We got Polt. We got Select, Violet. They're all Koreans that are kind of living in America. But, you know, honestly, this is a very stacked event, no matter how you look at it. I mean, but you're now ranked top 16 in North America?
Yeah, the season just ended, and I was ranked, like, 15.
Top 15 NA.
It's not a big deal, but...
Not a big deal, he says. You got all you guys that are, like, just trying to hit Grandmaster. He's like, I did it on my weekend. It was easy.
Kinda did.
So, did you watch Anaheim, and are there any builds from Anaheim that you're really trying to steal?
I did watch Anaheim. I'm not sure about builds that I want to steal. I know I've been working on, like, some of my own builds with some, just some friends, and might steal some of Pig Baby's builds from the recent WCS.
Cool. Now, you're on Seed Gaming, which is essentially Root Gaming's amateur team, correct?
Yeah.
What is it like? How does someone get involved in that? Somebody that's trying to get more involved in esports, somebody that's trying to get an opportunity to go to an event like Redbull Battlegrounds. How do you get involved in Seed? Because I know there's many guys in you know, StarCraft, Smash, you know, Call of Duty. They can train, but for them, it's like, well, how do I get some kind of opportunity, some kind of atmosphere where I can get better? Because I'd imagine that being on a team like Seed, that gives you practice partners, that gives you other high-level people around your skill level that you can then train and kind of talk with to help improve your play.
So how do you get into that?
Yeah, like where do you start? Like, where did you look for that? How did you get involved in Seed?
I mean, like, the way I heard about it was a friend of mine, like, got onto Seed, like, as they started up. My friend, Arium, and, like, after I heard about Seed, I was, like, not on, like, a very competitive team, and I'm like, I really want to, like, get onto Seed, get onto Root, have a better network of, like, people that I know, get more known. And, like, the way you do that is you just try to get better or have, like, or at least have, like, very good communication skills so you can...
So just be proactive in general. You just went for it, really. Yeah. You just said, all right, I'm good enough for this. I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
And it worked out for you.
Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well, I want to wish you the best of luck at Redbull Battlegrounds, what they're going to be calling it when you're done with it, because you are going to be root by the end of this. You're going to be promoted because I'm actually predicting you to win. Those Terrans got nothing on you.
That'd be pretty cool.
Do you got any tips for new players just to like help get better, improve their play?
I think the best way to get better is to learn really like powerful, solid builds and make sure that you're executing them perfectly and very consistently.
Do you think that someone should just focus on like one build for TVZ, TVP, and TVT? Just kind of like have their go-to, or do you think they should kind of, spread it out a little bit more?
At first, you should just be going one build at a time, like one for each matchup. After a while, you're gonna build up a bunch of builds that you have in your arsenal, and once you have that, you can win a lot of best of 3, best of 5 series, and that's just like what it takes to win, like having really good builds. And
yeah, that's a very good point to make, actually, because in a ladder environment, you're playing best of 1s against everyone. On ladder, there's no tournament. It's just, you might hit somebody 2 games in a row. That's possible for sure. But this being your first LAN, you're ready for the best of 3 atmosphere. Do you play in online tournaments at all?
Yeah, I've played in some.
Okay.
The most recent one I played in, I got like a somewhat easy bracket, I guess, to the finals, and I played against Petraeus, Root Petraeus.
Yep.
And I went up 2-1 at first, but then he brought it back with like really good play, like late game play.
So you choked.
So I choked.
You choked.
I can do it though.
You can do it. Well, you know what? You got any final shout-outs you want to give before you head out and head to Atlanta?
I guess just shout out to my team Root and the Gaming Academy seed as well. And the Gaming Academy sponsor TT eSports. That's pretty much it.
Well, that being said, you guys can catch. There's so many events this weekend. Josiah will be competing at Redbull Battlegrounds. We wish him the best of luck. He's actually our StarCraft expert here in the office. By far the best player in the office. I think I'm like number 4 or 5. We have Evo this weekend. Red Bull TI is going on. There's actually so much to watch, and there's Call of Duty is always going on. Season 3 is going to be going before we know it. So that being said, stay tuned. Jack will be coming back on for some Call of Duty action. Stay tuned.